October 13th, 1917, mud-swallowing ankles, breath fogging, teeth rattling, not pilgrims, just people foolish enough to trust a rumor that the sky would misbehave today. For a long, uncomfortable while, nothing. A man muttered a curse under his breath. A little girl tugged her mother's sleeve and whispered, "Mama, I don't like this sky." Her mother didn't answer. She was too busy staring upward. A journalist snapped his pocket watch shut like he was trying to punish time for not cooperating. Rain stabbed downward. Wind shoved sideways like something invisible was annoyed. The sky hung overhead, not watching, not ignoring, just waiting. Then the glitch happened. No warning, no sound. Just a tiny, impossible shift that punched through instinct before thought. The sun twisted, not dramatically, clumsily, like something grabbed it without understanding how human eyes work. Colors bled outward, edges flickered. The disk jerked toward the earth in a way the mind rejected on contact. A woman collapsed, her scream trapped behind her teeth. A soldier whispered, "Run!" But his legs refused him for the first time in his life. A baby stopped crying, not in shock, but in recognition, like it remembered something. People blinked. The light didn't. It stayed stuck inside their eyes, pushing deeper, inspecting the softness behind the retina. And then, reset. A clean, deliberate correction. A cosmic undo, as if the universe caught itself breaking. But 70,000 people had already seen the fracture. Someone whispered the sentence everyone else was afraid to admit. We weren't supposed to see that. Tonight, the miracle of the sun. Chapter 1. A country cracking at the edges. Portugal, 1917. A nation not functioning, just refusing to die. Government paranoid. Church silenced. War feeding on men. Disease feeding on whoever remained. People weren't looking for salvation. They were looking for consistency. Any sign the universe still had boundaries. So when 3 shepherd children claimed the sky spoke, the obvious question wasn't, is it real? It was, why them? Chapter 2. The Interruption. Lucia, 10. Francisco, 8. Jacinta, 7. Children who couldn't explain fractions but repeated revelations like sworn testimony. May 13th, wind froze mid-motion. A leaf drifted halfway down and stopped, as if reality forgot to finish rendering. Birds didn't go silent. They stopped moving, mid-wing beat, like puppets waiting for the next string pull. Shadows lost direction, bending, flattening, hesitating, as if they were trying to abandon their owners. Then the figure, a woman in white, bright but politely bright, as if she dimmed herself out of courtesy. The children didn't describe her, they relived her. Names they'd never heard, countries they couldn't find on a map, punishments they couldn't comprehend, and her voice, wrongly timed, reaching their ears before her lips decided to move. Police separated them, threatened them, cornered them. Their stories didn't crack, but the children did. Jacinta developed a tremor. Francisco stopped speaking for days. Lucia woke up screaming once and couldn't say why. One investigator wrote, "They are not lying. Someone else is speaking through them." Chapter 3, the countdown. She returned every month, never early, never late, not a mother, not a saint, just present. Her warnings weren't metaphors, they were timelines. Wars that wouldn't end, wars that hadn't begun, a spreading darkness without borders. Then the date, October, everyone will see. Not a prophecy, a schedule. People didn't gather. They migrated, like animals before an earthquake. Chapter 4. The day the sky stopped following rules. October 13th arrived violently. Rain slicing sideways, wind slapping faces raw, mud swallowing children to the knees. Then noon arrived. "She's here," Lucia said, except her voice sounded borrowed. A man beside her didn't hear the words. He heard everything else stop. Rain froze mid-fall. A drop solidified on a woman's cheek. She screamed too late, as if her fear lagged behind reality. Clouds peeled open slowly, as if something underneath them despised being revealed. Then the disc emerged. Not the sun, something wearing the sun like a stolen outfit. Witnesses described a trembling disc of molten light, colors bending like they were in pain, shadows abandoning their owners, light moving as if it had joints. Then the descent. A soldier dropped his rifle, his hand refusing him. A grandmother reached forward, like someone she loved was suddenly standing there. A boy fainted upright, eyes open, tracking something his mind couldn't safely display. The disc spun, lurched, lowered in movements so wrong they made people nauseous without knowing why. Heat punched outward, instant, intimate, like a hand pressed against every chest at once. If the real sun moved like this, the planet would have died in seconds. This wasn't the sun. This was something testing how much human perception could withstand before breaking. And then, reset. Sky sealed. Rain resumed. The world pretended. The crowd couldn't. You're on Chapter 5, the testimonies that shouldn't match. Hallucinations don't synchronize. Weather doesn't reverse age. Heat waves don't mimic intent. Yet miles away, people with no connection to Fatima describe the same distortion at the same moment. A journalist wrote, "I felt observed from behind my own thoughts." A farmer said, "The ground didn't dry, it aged." A medic treated dozens, reporting a low hum inside their skull. One man claimed he could still hear it even when he plugged his ears. This wasn't vision, it was editing. Reality rewritten while people were still looking. During Chapter 6, the possibility everyone avoided the church said miracle. Scientists said hysteria. Both were coping strategies. Remove belief, remove disbelief. What remains is worse. An intelligence, a mechanism, a decision, a moment where the sky didn't malfunction. It briefly revealed who was running the program. Experts say if the sun moved, life ends. So it didn't. Something else did. Something that hijacks perception, dodges instinct, overrides fear, distorts time, and uses the sun as camouflage. Nothing happened to the sky. Something happened to us. Fatima wasn't divine. It was deliberate. A one-time reveal from something that didn't care whether we understood it. The case never closed, people argued. People doubted. People prayed. But every witness agreed. When they looked up, something looked through them. And what they felt wasn't attention. It was recognition. Whatever it was, it didn't blink. It didn't move. It didn't leave. It simply stopped watching because it had seen enough. If this rattled you, there are more moments where reality tore at its seams. Subscribe to The Lost Pass, because the sky doesn't malfunction. Sometimes it remembers you.